No way, right? I don't know. It will blow up a lot of the corpses. The Purifier Veteran is going to be interesting. Let's go for this. It's going to use up your turn, but I want to see what it's going to do.
Now before the alien-killing world champion.
Holy shit! On the key was on the other side of the door. Yeah. Which is ridiculous. Welcome. It's good to see you. Yeah. Damn it. Right in the buttocks. What? In your butt. A sniper bullet. What? In your butt. A sniper bullet. That bitch tagged me in the head. Alrighty, boys. We're back. Are you ready for this? I'm totally ready for this. Yeah, dude. You're right about the dark and grim aspect of this game, and the fact that it is that splash of humanity that really makes it. And I think the fact that the universe is so
irrelevant,
dark and grim.
That is your right.
Brother, we only want to help you.
Help? You almost cost us the mission, and now you speak of help.
Nothing to say to that, huh? That's not creepy at all, is it? Nope. But yeah, because it's so dark and grim, and there's not a lot of, you know, stuff that's going on besides the crazy, you know, there is only war, then it does allow for those special moments where that stuff does come through. You know, and it was even in Chaos Gate was another good game where, like, the dialogue and the world building were just impeccable, man. Like, I just can't get over how good it was. It was crazy.
With Heretic Astartes. How many?
Astra Militarum forces report multiple contacts with Rubricae throughout the Hive City.
Still no Heretic ships on scanners.
The Rubricae are using portals, but it is possible they may have been present on Avarax for some time.
We're still suffering from the Vox jamming around the astropathic relay.
I missed that conversation the first time I came in here. Also, why are they not wearing helmets?
Heretic Astartes. They're showing up in every Hive City on Avarax. We're already overstretched by the Tyranids. The traitors have us off guard. The Adeptus Mechanicus tell me Aurora is ready. They say the weapon will work.
Sir,
I know your concerns, Titus, but we may have no choice.
can we at least warn Calgar of the danger?
Impossible. The astropathic relay on Avarax.
Why is his
has
stud
been
on the other side of his head?
Surrounded. Every attempt we've made to break through the Tyranid lines has failed.
Can we vox a message in?
There's a dead zone around the relay. Something's interfering with our vox comms.
We have to get inside.
Emperor, save me. I've tried. Now the Tyranids have launched an attack on our defenses. We're pulling back to the fortress. We'll make our final stand there.
Battlefield projection. Magnify C3. Where are you? There. The Hive Tyrant.
We've had no reports.
It's there. We kill it. We break the synaptic connection.
They'd scatter like rats. A Hive Tyrant. A worthy adversary.
And if you're wrong, if it's not there, I cannot afford to throw men after a hunch.
Give me 2 squads.
2 squads.
We need to kill the Hive Tyrant, find whoever is jamming us, and get the message inside the relay.
6 men. That's all I can spare. Use them wisely.
Thank you.
The Emperor protects.
Lieutenant Titus,
Receiving.
attend me on the crew deck.
Double the guards.
Acknowledged.
An incursion could go unnoticed with all this interference.
Like, think about how much dialogue and banter is in this game that most people will never hear and never see. I love the scene in the Dark Imperium where Uriel Ventress gets to meet the Primarch. That is so well written. Guilliman basically tells him, just think of me as a father. Yeah, I know, right? Well, I mean, that's essentially what they are. Yeah, the tale of the Primarchs is an interesting one, to say the least. Especially considering how convoluted the whole thing was with them being separated from the Emperor by just a random warp thing that just happened. I know it was the Dark Powers, but, you know. It's just one of those things. I do think the Tyranids form above the planet is cool, yeah.
Because of my transgressions, I will take full responsibility. I gave no report. I have yet to decide if you require formal penance.
The arch-enemy lurks in the shadows of the Hive City.
Jerichus was blindsided by a rubric Astartes. He slayed the enemy, but lost his left hand.
Those abominations stir a deep wrath within me, brother.
Indeed. The cowards send empty vessels to face us.
There is hardly satisfaction in slaying vacant ceramite that does not lament its folly. Give us heretic flesh that we may settle old scores.
Right? Right? So the Chaos Space Marines are they're actually just animated armor. They're not. There's no Space Marines in there anymore. I don't know the lore behind the Xenchian Marines. The tale of the Primarchs is a Greek tragedy? Yeah, absolutely.
Varellus always did put his brothers before himself. He once shielded me from a Tau ambush. Rail rifle nearly took his arm off along with half my helmet. The 1 degree of deflection saved my life. We only had to mourn his pauldron that day.
The Emperor will remember his valor long after we join him.
It's things like that, man. It's things like that. Not all of them, just the Rubric Marines. They suffer complete body deterioration, something like the Sorcerer. Some, like the Sorcerer, still have their body. Tau ambush would be interesting to see. Yeah, I know, right? Well, I'm assuming it had to do with, you know, sniper rifles and such, so.
Titus,
Chaplain?
the captain has put great faith in you with this mission. Should you reach the relay, your message to Lord Calgar may determine the course of this war. Choose your words wisely.
You doubt my intentions.
It is your actions I will judge. I need not remind you of the consequences you suffered the last time. If you cannot trust in the will of the Primarch, then you are unfit for this duty.
Fair enough, I guess. 1,000 suns have failed to change. The strongest of physiques were mere shells. Ooh, I see. And Angron is the perfect example. He was an empath that can take care of people's nightmares away. The butcher's nails turned him into a monster. Yeah. 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 Freaking Angron.
It seems I am not the only one on this ship with concerns about your intentions. It is the chaplain's responsibility to ensure our chapter remains pure, not yours. Your erratic behavior is plain for all to see. And now, I find you have a history of it. I am doing my duty, as I was then, protecting a system from ruin.
Well, it's getting good, isn't it? They did a really good job on this campaign. Really good job. Hence why I'm playing it for a second time. On a harder difficulty. And I'm enjoying the hell out of it. Let him feel some firefight. Baron! Greetings and salutations, my friends. How are you, sir? It is one of those funny things about Space Marines is like for them to function, they have to have thousands upon thousands upon thousands of minions.
Ah, there he is. Galio and I were just examining your recent diagnostic.
Galio, yes. I object to such intrusions.
As do I. But they are queries I must fulfill.
I seek only answers. Your survivor is a profound mystery that must be resolved.
Such unbridled curiosity is the gateway to ruin.
But that is where you are mistaken. Ruin is all around us, but I will soon depart for the Aurora facility on the Merium. And there, I shall close all gateways to ruin permanently. You will see.
Fool. The story once again, yeah. I wanted to. It was so good. I wanted to play it on a harder difficulty. And as unsympathetic as Conrad Kurz, just imagine being able to see bad things that happen in the future and no one believe you. It would drive you insane. Yeah, maybe. Oh, this is where the data slots are. Okay.
Order came to abandon camp after one of those Xenos scouts destroyed our Rhino. Sergeant relayed the order.
I'm still missing one on Severance. I'm still missing one on Skyfire.
Out of the camp, a challenge of old it was.
Still missing one on Machinist. We got both of these. So Void Song, there's 2 more. Dawn's Descent. Bellium Sepeternus. Sepeternus. Wolf! We must knee. Indeed. Indeed. Yeah. I know that most of them were Greek tragedies.
Doctrines of the Thousand Sons, brothers.
Abominable husks and their witch masters. A test for certain.
The traitors know our tactics as well.
They do not have the Codex. We do.
And they have their heretic sorcery.
The Hypnomad can simulate psychic assault with disturbing accuracy.
Let us endure the worst it can throw at us.
Indeed. And it is kind of weird, honestly, that just walking slowly on the ship feels like an experience in and of itself, right? Because why would Titus run on the ship? There's no reason to run. Except I'm seeing a lot more right-wing extremists too. I normally only notice the left-wing ones. Well, I mean, they've always been there, my man. It's just, it's just now that, how should I put this? Where's my damn bolter? There it is. It was always bound to happen. In fact, I made a video like, I want to say 2 years ago that was basically foretelling what's exactly happening now, that the right-wing SJWs would be coming back, right? You know, the same type of people that would protest an Ozzy Osbourne concert because he was worshiping Satan? Yeah, those type of people. They never left. They never went anywhere. They just joined the other side, right? That's kind of how that happened. They found that there was a new generation had another religion that they were adopting. Pederabo, he's an interesting one. He's easy and fun to hate because of how bitter and petulant he is, but the heresy never would have made it to Terra without him. Isn't he the one, Pederabo, isn't he the one where he was literally on a planet that was a lot like ancient Greece? And he was like he was the crafter. I can't actually remember which ones are which. I'm not really versed on the Primarch lore. And I think it's because of how the Marines move. You know what I mean? Like, I remember when I first started playing the game, I was like, where's my walk button when I'm out on a mission? So I could just walk menacingly around like this. Was likely autistic in behavior, yeah. Well, I don't know. I heard that somewhere.
Lieutenant,
brothers!
the squad is ready. We are yours
Olympia,
to command,
yeah.
Lieutenant.
The astropathic
Yeah, I really like
apparatus
Pederabo.
is
He's
under
one of my
direct
favorite
assault. If it
ones
falls, so
that
do our hopes
fell.
of reinforcement.
Because you're right, he is a
We
petulant
will
little
engage in a
bitch.
3-point operation to break the Xenos command, restore Vox, and secure the relay.
We will not fail you.
Not one of us can afford to fail this day. Prepare for deployment. I will transmit mission details on descent.
Sweet. Board the Thunderhawk gunship. I'm deciding whether I want to do this mission or not, or if I want to go to operations. I'm really enjoying playing the campaign. I think we'll go a little bit more. Yeah, especially because of how he ended up like burning his own planet to the ground or whatever, or the main city. It was so Wasn't Angron the only Primarch not to conquer his own planet that he was transported to? And was instead enslaved by the locals? Yeah, he was a petulant bitch. Suffice to say. Which is I played 40k in a Warhammer Fantasy. I don't know a lot of the finer details. I mean, that's unless you're literally going to be a lore expert. There's no really way you can, man. There's so much of it. You know, there's what? It's going on 40 years worth of bullshit now.
Facing the Hive Tyrant.
Talassa can handle it.
They have 3 men. We should be with them, but you have us playing courier.
That message has to get through.
And what exactly is that message?
Speak your mind, brother.
I searched the archives. You were once captain of the 2nd Company, and then you disappeared over a century ago.
I was serving with the Death Watch.
There would be records.
Not for a Black Shield.
A Black Shield? You would erase your chapter markings.
I would die for these colors.
Then why?
Oof.
I was accused. It was my penance.
What were you accused of?
Corruption.
Brace for landing.
Like, look at that. Like, look. Dude. Dude. Like, just... Oh, man, they did such a good job. They did such a good job with it. Yeah, didn't he murder her because she did that?
Delta Wing, box check.
Because she called him out on his bullshit?
Still on our gunship. Talassa has landed.
Honestly, I know the others are tragic with Angron specifically, and even what's his name, Conrad, especially what Conrad turned into. God help him. But Petarabo he definitely feels more like the Greek tragedy, where he had so much, man. Right? He came from, he didn't know how to even barely can talk, couldn't do anything, and then he did all this stuff, and it got him the attention of the tyrant, and the tyrant basically gave him everything he could ever want. He made him a very, very useful individual. And it's likely that once the tyrant had died, that he would have become the freaking ruler of the planet. Like, there's no doubt. What were his adopted siblings gonna challenge him for the throne? I mean, let's be real, dude. Let's be real. And decided to kill everyone else. Yeah, it really is one of those. You were given. You didn't have much, and you earned so much, and then were given so much because of how talented you were, and you still fell from grace. That is truly one of those Greek tragic things. That just
soon a tyrant will fall.
Greek tragic things is just, it's like, wow. So it's like a tale against.
The Astropath relay is 4 miles from here. Expect heavy Tyranid presence.
It's a tale that's supposed to
Sporadic reports,
instill humility, no matter how high you are.
Show us how angels go to war, my lord.
Men of honor! Do we fear the man Xenos that hammer at our door? No, sir! Damn right! For we are the Cadian Elite, the most fearsome, tenacious, and relentless bloody men and women that ever crossed the stars! Cadia, our home, lies scattered across the stars! But
it's such a good speech.
No, sir! No! For we are vengeance! And we shall bring death to any that threaten the sacred soil of the Imperium! You will give your life in the name of our holy Emperor! Sir, yes, sir! Will you give your life
Sir,
in the name of
yes,
good and pure?
sir.
In the name of our holy Emperor? Sir, yes, sir! Then take up the Cadian standard and hold it high so that the enemy will know the name of their executioners!
Tank 'em, I know, right? Cheers, baby. Thanks, Baron. Bow. But yeah, like I said, it's one of those Greek tales that really does feel like it's a tragedy for people in like the upper classes, to show it's like, yeah, you can come from humble beginnings, and work your way up, or you could just be given to it. It could be given to you, and you could just be privileged in the beginning. And there's always a way for you to fall from grace, and you could become the evil. You can become evil even if you've had that kind of privilege. So it's a very good tale. I quite like it. And the only thing that I think I lament about over 40K is that it's not, I don't want to say that it's not more mainstream, but that more people don't know like the stories, and because some of them are really, really good, and they are essentially modern Greek tragedies, right? They perform.
You are a boil on the pride of the Cadian Guard. You have disgraced yourselves by abandoning your brothers. Your punishment is dishonorable death. Squad! Ready! Aim! Fire!
You know, my only comment is a criticism. And it's like, gentlemen, your trigger discipline is a little off there. And you, Commissar, you know there's a pause between ready and fire, right? Like a good second and a half. Like, we could do better here, boys. We could definitely do better, but good job.
Blessed Emperor, I have failed you. I beg of you that you forgive my cowardice.
Pathetic. Since the beginning of time, only with Gothic science fiction coat of paint. Yes, you're absolutely right. 100%. It is one of those things where I think it's one of the reasons why woke shit doesn't really sell, and it's horrible storytelling. It's not just that the people doing it are talentless hacks. It's that one of the reasons they're doing all the shit is they're trying to subvert our modern civilization. And the problem is our modern civilization is, just like every other one, is built upon stories that are meaningful and transcend civilizations and time. So they're as relevant in 3000 BC as they are here today and now. And so you can only do so much subversion before it becomes old hat and not interesting anymore. And then it literally becomes preaching. And that's really why I think a lot of their stuff fails the way it does. Like, look at Star Wars Acolyte. Like,
understood. Damocles out.
Those are some real,
you know, like, seriously. And the thing about it is that if the people writing it actually had any talent and weren't just, you know, hack, then they might have been able to do the subversion properly so that it could have had a more nuanced and non-black and white take of the Jedi and the Sith. I think it's very stupid that they did it in the time period in Star Wars that they did, just 100 years before the Star Wars: A New Hope. Like, it would have made a lot more sense for that kind of story to have taken place as the Jedi Order was forming, or just after it had formed, where there's still this ambiguity about the dark and the light and how it's supposed to work, and we hadn't really, you know, people still hadn't really figured it out yet, and we're still doing things, you know. Is it really bad to use Force lightning? You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. So. And if they'd have had any kind of talent, they might have been able to do it. But because, you know, they lack talent, they lack ability, and they're literally preaching at you, all of these things combined together make it shit. But it's just like, I mean, have you ever seen any movie that was just explicitly Christian? And I don't mean a movie that just has Christian themes. I'm not talking like Moses, you know, from the 50s, or The Passion. Not The Passion. The Passion of the Christ, that's another good one. That Christian one that I was talking about earlier, that's like a TV show. I forget what it's called. I forget what it's called right now. But is it made by Christians? Yes. Is it preaching a Christian message? Absolutely. Does it feel like it's actually preaching at you? No, it does not. And you can tell the difference between those types of media. I can't remember which one it was, but it was like that Kevin Sorbo, God is Not Real, I think it was. Like, I love me some Hercules, man. I love me some Andromeda, but Mr. Sorbo, please stop. You're not doing anyone any favors, bro. You're just not. You're just not. Story first, religion second.
If we encounter Chaos forces,
if you want it to be good art, that's the way it has to be.
Concern yourself with me, Lieutenant. Disappear like that again.
It needs to be in the Old Republic at the very least.
Exactly. The Master of the Watch.
I understand. Sir, why did you not tell us of your penance earlier? It was not your business. And now it is. You have made it so. Through suspicion and intrigue.
Listen to that dialogue. This is so good. Through suspicion and intrigue, you have made it your business. I think I'm just gonna keep the normal bolt rifle. I wasn't a fan of God is Not Dead, and the second one was even worse. Yeah, and that's the thing, is that if he had made the atheist sympathetic, right, an actual character that exists in the world, that is a good person, that is not just trying to like subvert the will of God or some other dumb shit. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, as an atheist, I am not okay with the whole people who essentially are so traumatized by the fact that Christians used to have so much cultural power in the United States that they will literally do anything they can to piss Christians off. Like, you know, say shit like Hail Satan to them, or, you know, hold Black Sabbaths at frickin', yeah, Black Masses at, like baseball games and shit. Now, that is funny. I will admit that's funny. But by this point, it's like cringe, right? Because in the 80s, it was like brave. In the 90s, it was subversive. In the 2000s, it was like, it's getting old. And now it's just fucking old. Like, you're still, like, they're still living on the memes, the meme fumes from like 2008, man.
Seal the gates
And it's like,
us.
Yes, my lord.
you can be inspired by art. You know, I have to say this. So it's just like, because I said it's art first, religion second. Look at some stuff like the Sistine Chapel, or any of the old Renaissance medieval art that was religious in nature. Obviously, religion is at the forefront, and it's good propaganda because, you know, it works, it inspires you. But the thing about it is, the best pieces were all art first, right? Inspired by faith in religion, inspired by God, but art first. That's why they're so beautiful. That's why they move people to this day who don't even ascribe to the Christian religion. I look at cathedrals and some of the art from back then, and it does move me. I can feel the emotion that the artist was trying to like instill and convey in me. And that transcends time and space and religion and culture and all these things. And it blows me away that, by the way, we're about to do the trailer thing. This is where the trailer started. And it blows me away that they, that the frickin' progs just don't get it. Oh, I didn't change my sword. No! I blocked it. Oh, come on. I'm gonna mulligan that. We're gonna mulligan that. We're gonna try that again. We're gonna try that again. Okay. Damn, all those grenades were back there.
A fine gift from the
I got
Forge.
crack
Open the
grenades. I
gates.
guess it's fine.
They're jammed, my lord. Damage from the last attack.
Yeah,
Stand
mulligan
aside.
that. Making them feel bad, man. Making them feel bad.
Seal the gates behind us.
Aganam, greetings and salutation. How goes the battle? It goes well. I have a good friend that's gay. His attitude is, you don't have to agree with my lifestyle, but treat me just like a person. Yeah, that's essentially what it is. I don't... Yeah, and let's be real, dude. The Christians in the United States are absolutely the reason that so much of the woke shit is as bad as it is. And that default liberals who don't think about anything, who are just follow the cultural norms, it's why they are so against a lot of Christians nowadays, is because of how they treated gay people in the 90s, and atheists. We're gonna try that one more time. Did you see that? Like, I'm literally dodging every time he swings, and he still teleports forward and hits me.
This will serve me well. Open the gates.
They're jammed, my lord. Damage from the
Because, like,
last attack.
it really does boil down to some of the reason that the writing is so bad in a lot of modern media is because of trauma that was done to the writers as in their childhood, because they were made to go to church on Sundays. You know what I'm saying? So, let's be real. Some people did have it bad, but others literally were just had to go to church. And so they're like taking that oppression onto themselves.
The relay is ahead. Spores! Engage!
Well, the reason a lot of atheists became socialists is because they actually need religion in their lives, and they can't really come to terms with that. They need some sort of good and evil narrative to live their lives, and they can't, and they don't want it to be the Christian one. That's essentially what it feels like to me. We got another one over there. We got another one this way. Dude! You, man, I'm dude, I'm fucking parrying, for God's sakes. There it is.
Ravener eliminated.
Gotta dodge that, buddy. Oh, yeah. I should probably listen to myself. Oh, shit. No, he took my kill. No!
Need to reload.
All right. There it is. Basically replaces government as the religion. I wouldn't necessarily say that. I would say that one of the reasons is because the socialism in the way that a lot of the atheists and mofos for Atheism Plus went is framed as the morally good right side of history nonsense, because you're more empathetic. Some of them say bullshit like, "Oh, I'm for more democracy. You're for democracy in the government, while I'm for democracy in the workplace." And it's like, yeah, but dude, you don't. That's like that. Democracy is not good in and of itself. And that's, I think, one of the main problems that they have is I don't even know if they actually believe that. I think that's just what they say because they're, you know, retarded. But yeah, that's one of the things that they use. They took my germ. Yeah, they did. They absolutely did. Somewhat they were manipulated, politically motivated teachers. You're absolutely right. There was a lot of political motivation. There was a lot of bullying too, right? Because that's one of the way you get that a lot of that's the way SJWs, that's the old term anyway, from like, you know, the 2014s. That's the way they got compliance, is that if you do not agree with their religion, then you are a bad person, and they will be mean to you and say horrible things about you and accuse you of things that will tar your reputation. They'll call you a racist, a sexist, a homophobe, any of these things. It will be used to browbeat you into compliance. That is essentially what it's for.
The Cadians will make short work of them.
Indeed.
Look at it, watch him. Just run his ass over. Rah! Oh, yeah. Crush them beneath your treads, brother. Or soldier.
Restocking.
Shot grenades. Find it nuts my English teacher in the early 2000s high school pushed feminism on us as if it was a good thing. Yeah, but that's because they were a useful liberal, most likely.
Reloading.
Right? A default liberal, just like I used to be.
I think we found our exit.
And so that's not, and they don't understand that feminism and its current iteration is deeply, deeply, deeply trenched in like Marxian thought and rhetoric, and it makes assertions about our civilization that are like on its face just untrue.
The swarm would go feral without their connection to the hive mind, but their focus is still on the relay.
Reports confirm the lieutenant's assessment. Enemy cohesion is
Did you see that?
full effect. That beast is not yet dead.
Got his ass exploded.
This void spawn behemoth has seen its last day.
Look, it's just a tank just sitting there. Oh, they got two actually. There's one right there too. I didn't see it behind the giant AA guns. They mopped them the fuck up too. Look at them. About 40K aesthetic is how you can have these futuristic vehicles next to a Lyman Mustang that looks like it came out of World War I. Yeah, I do too. And it makes a lot of sense too, man, because you got to remember that the closest analog to the Imperium in our modern world is like Russia and China. You know, these were failed progressive projects that eventually deteriorated into no. To be fair, I almost shot him because I thought he was a chaos worshiper. So no big deal, buddy. No big deal. Just your friendly neighborhood Emperor's Angel shooting you in the face for no reason. Goes hard, man. Real fucking hard. It's ridiculous how hard.
Lay waste to them, brothers.
So-and-so, watch for the psychic blast.
Emperor's orders.
Need ammunition. Throw your crack grenade. Gotcha. Need to reload.
Did we save any of the Marines? Get wrecked, mother flubber! In the name of the God Emperor of mankind, you will die this day, demon. Whoa! Hup! 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 God dang it, dude! Dude, those blasts are ridiculous from the Neurothroats.
Munitions secured.
Like, I cannot get over. Horse.
Recovering.
Does fucking parry just not work? Jesus Christ, dude.
They never learn.
Like half the time I do it, it doesn't feel like it does shit. Not exactly interesting character-wise, but I'm a history buff. I love the way they look that came out of World War I. Yeah, yeah. And it's just the way that the story is with the Imperium makes it absolutely 100% viable in the universe as it is. Not necessarily viable as far as like battles go. But like you have all these various planets, so you have a huge diversity of cultures that are within the umbrella of the Imperium. So you would naturally have a bunch of different like technological levels, because technology is very sacred and kept away from mainstream society. They do not use technology to make people's lives better. That is not something they do at all, period. Zilch. Other than maybe making food. I can give this game is the parry. Yeah, dude, I don't know what the parry's all about, dude. But if like, this is the thing. It feels like when you hit the button, that the block thing, when he goes, huh, doesn't parry. You have to parry so that you time their strike when you fling it up, right? So it feels like if you block as soon as they're gonna hit you, all you do is block. So you have to like do it like right before or something. And the worst part is that every single attack has a different timing from every single different enemy, right? And some of them have like the super crazy Dark Souls wind up shit where you're like, and it's like, bruh.
The door is inoperative. Is there an alternate route?
Yes, but it would add considerable time.
Then we must find the power and restore it. Spore mines.
Las Fusel. Okay, interesting.
I am his until...
Hell yeah, son. Melta. There's nothing super crazy that we're going to run into here in a little bit, so I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Let's go this way.
Incoming mine.
I saw this. Are they on like the other side of this wall?
Reloading.
I was like, why did he say that? And I was like, I couldn't see any. Marksman, Bolt, Melta. The Melta's pretty good. We already got the data slates. Okay, we're good. It sucks that you can't use it again to listen to the thing. That does suck. You're having to use Dark Souls truck and roll. Yeah. I don't mind the boss fights with the tuck and roll tactics. I'm not. I don't care about that. That's spectacle fighting, right? That's okay. That's okay. I mind that it definitely feels like there's something wrong with the parry. No matter how many times I do it, no matter how good I feel like I get at it. Like, I really think they need to update the ping to make it to where when you see it, that's when you parry. Or I need to be able to turn it off, right? Unless the little guys are jumping at you. The little guy one I very much appreciate. But the big dudes, like, none of them make sense to me. None of them make sense.
We have power. Open the door.
Interesting. All right.
They will not get past.
Give the old Melta a go. It goes hard, dude. The Melta goes fucking hard, man. You saw how well it did against Chaos, dude.
Traitor Astartes. Cut them down.
I had to open my mouth.
Ready to deploy special tactics. Back to the war.
Oh my goodness! Got bodied, bro. He got bodied. Told you, dude. The Melta goes fucking hard, man. It goes real hard. Like, yeah. How close is this to the end? I think we're about halfway through the game. Fights to parry, feels more responsive, it just needs to feel more uniform throughout the game. Oh, nice. Oh, they have more than one? There's more than one on there? Damn, twins. I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. Like, I'm not even sure.
The heretics mean to stop us. To all appearances.
How? Well, I
yes.
mean, some people said it was like 6 hours long, and it's like, I guess if you're playing it on like normal, you just body through everything.
Years. They are masters of it.
They are clearly here to stop Aurora.
I am not convinced. There is more to this, I am sure of it.
Their motives matter not. I will kill them just the same.
And then kill them all.
Well, that felt dumb. First, I forgot I had the Melta. That's what happened. He's mine, bitch.
No victory for you here, demon.
Reload!
There it is, boys. There it is. Yes! See what I mean? I should have blocked that, but it didn't even, but he still did damage to me. Even though the physical hit was blocked by my sword, I still took damage.
Another one dead.
Maybe I parried too early on that one. That might be the case.
Munitions secured.
Yeah, I'm really liking the Melta now that I'm using it more. It's feeling real good. Is that the way we gotta go? It is. Okay, let's look around a bit. I really do enjoy the boss fights. The criticism I really have about the boss fights is there needs to, like, once you defeat a boss, you really like, this is such a missed opportunity. Once you defeat a boss type mob, there really should be an arena on the ship that allows you to fight those mobs again. So when you defeat the Carnifex, you should be able to go into an arena by yourself and fight the Carnifex, right? Or you should be able to fight the one that's invisible, you know, that guy, or the sorcerer, or the neurothrope when you're by yourself. Like those things, I think that would be a lot of fun and add a lot more replayability. So you could just, because the Carnifex fight is so fun. The one at the very beginning of the game and the one where you fight him with your bros is so much fun, and you have to like go halfway through a mission just to be able to do that mission, just to be able to do that fight. I find a shorter, more laser-focused campaign refreshing. There's too many 100+ hour campaign games. Yeah, I 100% agree with you. 100% agree that there's too much. I understand people's criticisms that they wish the campaign were longer. I get that, but I also agree that we need fresh campaigns. What I really hope is that they just make more campaigns. That would be amazing for them to do. They've already got the base game made, right? They've got the gameplay, they've got the melee, they've got all that stuff. They don't even need to add anything. Just literally give me more stories, right? Do another Ultramarine thing don't make it about Titus. You know, you could literally create freaking expansions to this game, like old school expansions where it's like 20 or 30 bucks, and it literally just adds another campaign to it, where you got 6 to 12 hours of something like this, but it's a different story following a different person, right? Or a different set of Marines somewhere else that's not part of this story specifically. You could, and I mean, think about how many chapters they could do this with. But again, I say this, and this is the same thing I said about Battle Sector. Have they added any more campaigns to Battle Sector? Have they actually added a campaign to Darktide with more story? So yeah. Get to play as Uriel. For me, it's more about they have so many games in the Warhammer franchise that are ripe for more awesome campaigns and stories, and they build these games and they just kind of let them languish. Like Battle Sector, it feels like the perfect example.